Hello. I'm Will Neff. Good to be back. Oh my gosh, we had some subscripciones. Rye Guy on TTV, thank you so much.
Watching shooting stars fly by. Oh. Fly by. Oh.
That's for a cooler.
Sorry, I'm still just collecting my thoughts, feelings, life from boxing.
Sharing much love.
Thank
and light
you.
Of course, feisty chat.
Guys, I did some hard sparring today. Boy, did pretty good, but I got popped in the head. Rocking the stash, dude. The stash, I don't know. I feel like it's suiting me well. I feel like the stash is giving me extra power. Stash is tight. Thank you. Concussion will stream. I got popped today. But I also boxed the best I've ever boxed in my life. Do you think the Jets will go for the number one pick? No. I don't. I think you guys want to do 5 minutes of football? All right, I'll do 5 minutes of football. Ready? Just so you guys know it's real. Starting the timer. There it is. All right. New York Jets. New York Jets. New York Jets. New York Jets. Here's what I think will happen at the draft. I think right now, unfortunately, Cam Ward and Shadur Sanders are being used as smokescreens. I don't know if anybody actually wants them, which is crazy, right? When you start looking at these top three picks, the Giants are going after Stafford hard right now. So I don't know if the Giants are looking for one of those guys in the draft. Tennessee, everybody said they're trying to move off their pick. They still have a relatively young QB over there. Cleveland is a weird one because they have a really fucking piece of shit quarterback still on their roster, but they might go. New England isn't going to take a QB here. New England has a propensity to trade back. They might trade back, but I think New England is going to be too appetized by who is still on the board. I think they're going to be too appetized by either a defensive tackle or an offensive tackle. I think they want to build in the trenches. An offensive tackle is a really thin position this year. I could see New England taking that, or I could see New England sneaky getting one of the best players in the draft in one of those defensive ends or in Travis Hunter. So I think that's out. Now, this is where the trade could happen. This is where the trade could happen because I think one of these teams will take Cam Ward.
Wow. That's for a
I think
cooler.
one of these teams will take Cam Ward. Whether Cam Ward goes to Cleveland or the Giants or Tennessee, one of these teams are going to take Cam Ward. This is where it gets interesting. Jacksonville knows that Las Vegas will select Shedeur Sanders if he makes it to them, right? You know it. I know it. The American people know it. Even if Aaron Rodgers or Stafford go to Vegas, I could see them still taking Shedeur because both of those guys are still kind of bridge quarterbacks. So if the Jets make this move to 5 to take Shedeur Sanders, that is the trade up that I could actually see happening. That is the trade up I could actually see happening. New York Jets moving from 7 to 1 for Cam Ward, I just do not see it. I do not. They would have to give up so fucking much. They would have to give up so fucking much. And I'm going to be honest, I know a lot of people disagree with me because they don't like his mechanics, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I still think Jackson Dart isn't far off from those top 2 guys. I don't know. How much are we talking to move up from 7 to 1? Probably 7, next year's first round draft pick, this year's second round draft pick, and then maybe an additional first round draft pick. So a draft swap, 2 first round picks, and a second round pick. An absolute fucking back-breaking haul. Now, if that's even if the Jets like Shedeur, I don't know if the Jets like Shedeur. All of the Jets' first round draft quarterback panic has come from 2 sources. One of which is this guy, and this is crazy to me. This guy, Nevin Shapiro. Nevin Shapiro, who went to fucking jail for boosting illegally, for creating a $930 million Ponzi scheme in Miami, was the first guy to be like, the Jets are in love with Cam Ward. And everybody's like, well, he knows Miami. What? Do you think, honestly, anybody at the Miami football program would still have contact with a guy who created a $1 billion Ponzi scheme and then basically almost got the program the death penalty? Garrett Wilson is also wanting to be trading, right? Wrong. Garrett Wilson announced today that he wants an extension with the Jets. He's looking for around $30 million a year. Garrett Wilson basically said, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, I want to leave. I think Garrett Wilson rightly assessed that the Aaron Rodgers situation had become a fucking zoo. It had become an absolute fiasco. Now, one of my favorite Jets YouTubers, Jake Asman, he wanted Aaron back, and I get it. Aaron had good production. But when he talked to some of the guys at the Combine, experts, they were like, it was time. It was time, which I agree with. It was time. It's fucking time. The Jets, in my mind, and people are going to disagree with this, people are going to hate this, but in my mind, go give Justin Fields a fucking fuck you deal. I'm sorry. I'm serious. Give him 1 year, $15 million, overpay for the year, and go get a guy that your number 1 quarterback likes, or your number 1 wide receiver likes. Go get a guy who's mobile. Go get a guy who got some wins in fucking Pittsburgh. Like, I don't understand why you would. $15 million, bruh, drug test time. I mean, I'm $15 million for a quarterback, by the way, is super cheap. It's very inexpensive. Like, all things being considered, right? But I'm saying at the most offer him $15 million. $15 million gets that deal done instantaneously. But I think you could probably pay him less if you guarantee him he's the starter next year. If the Jets guarantee him, you are the starter all year, you are the guy coming in, I bet you could pay him like $9 million and he would play for the Jets, which at this point, no one wants to. Who else are you going to go get? Kirk fucking Cousins? Kirk looked unbelievably shitty last year, and you're going to have to pay him more. I don't know. At this point, like, you got to field the team. You got Darnold? No, you can't. No. Darnold doesn't want to pay for. Honestly, can I be real? I don't want that for Darnold. I still have so much love for Darnold as the Jets QB, and real shit, I don't want him to come back into New York and have to deal with the fucking insanity again. If the Jets have another bad year with a bad QB, does Garrett Wilson stay? Well, if the extension gets done, he's not going anywhere. If he gets his money, he's not going anywhere. He's going to get paid. Like, they're not like a baby Brinks truck. They're going to back up the Brinks for Garrett. Garrett's the best player on the team. You're not going to let him go. Danny Dimes to NY, that would honestly put me in the fucking Thunderdome, bro. I would spaz. Anyway. Do. That's football. Why haven't they tried Jordan Travis? Real shit. Unfortunately, he's hurt. I think the Jordan Travis injury is way worse than they thought. I don't think Jordan Travis has touched a football field since he got drafted. Jets, I feel, should just draft in the second round Jackson Dart. Caroline had drama with the Neff cord. Dude, that was so funny. You know what that's from? Caroline fucking from the show, from Survivor, was getting pinged, and every Caroline thought they were talking about her.
People in Will's community will watch film nights with us. Like, we have crossover, you know, but especially on something like film night. So I didn't mean to, I wasn't like spying. No, I wasn't spying, but I saw a lot of comments with my name.
That's very cool.
And they were all
ass
like
destroyers at the XP spawner.
they were all, like,
Ass
really mean
destroyers?
comments. The comments in the Discord, and I went, Jesus, what did I, you know, I get it that maybe I say things that not everybody agrees with, or I'm not perfect, but yeah, there were just a lot of comments like Caroline is the fucking worst. Caroline is a bitch. And I didn't realize that in the season of Survivor that Will's been watching, there's a character or a contestant named Caroline.
Yeah. That was actually funny. She talked to me about it
Because I know a lot
after
of people,
stream. She was like, dude, I thought your stream was so mad at me. And I was like,
That's very
why?
cool.
She was like, fucking Caroline from Survivor. And I was like, oh. All right, let me show you what I think the Jets should do. This will be the last football thing I do today. We're going to do a draft. Jets, 7 fucking rounds, fast, enter solo draft. Let's see what happens. Brrr. If I were king, all right, let's see. So both quarterbacks come off the board. It looks like Tet will still be there. Will Campbell will still be there. Mason Graham coming off the board is big sad. Let's see what our trade offers are. I would absolutely consider this. And I would absolutely consider this. I don't know why they would ever do this, but we take that in a heartbeat. Then we hide this. We got our trade back. We picked up a pick. We go Tyler Warren. Offense immediately helps in the run game
cool.
immediately.
Cheers to 3
blocks
years.
immediately. Absolute
yeah,
dog.
wow, that's
Get
very
yourself a
cool.
weapon opposite Garrett Wilson. All the college tight ends are coming out and they're absolutely hitting on all cylinders. They wouldn't really trade back again. Unfortunately, Colston Loveland is another
yeah,
fucking
wow, that's
baller
very
tight end,
cool.
and
Love you,
Harold
Will.
Fanning is
Speaking of
another
Survivor,
baller
thoughts
tight
on the
end
Australian
that are
Heat
still
World
on the board.
announcement? I will
Um,
also kindly not ask for you to show hole.
Speaking of the, I will also kindly. Oh, okay. Thank you. So here you have an interesting kind of conundrum. I think in the second round, you absolutely have to get a defensive tackle. Their defensive tackles were kind of trash opposite Q last year. Okay, now you have an option. Now because you traded back, you can go get. Oh, did Jackson Dart come off the board already? Jackson Dart off the board at 37 to the Raiders. Okay, to me, now with Jackson Dart off the board, you can chill at quarterback because the next guy you want is Kyle McCord, and he isn't coming off the board for a while. Kyle McCord is actually Himothy, so now we can focus more on the positions of need, and I think the next position of need for the Jets would be a safety or a wide receiver. And I don't see one for a while. So I think I'll probably take another trade here. Boom. Okay. So actually, we take this right here. He's a natural right tackle. Perfect. Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord is going to surprise a lot of people, I think. Okie dokie. The safety drop off after here is pretty severe, and we need a safety, so I'm going to do that. And then now we spam wide receivers, essentially. We spam 2 back-to-back wide receivers. Oh, my God. Wait, we're going deep. Oh, did we trade our late round picks? My bad. All right, offense, QB, Kyle McCord. Where are you? Bam, Kyle McCord. Nice. Played right into our hands. We'll spam another wide receiver. Just throw some darts. This guy out of San Jose. Why not? All right, now we just take BPA, and we're probably looking for a linebacker. Actually, let's take another defensive tackle. That's fine. Oh, God. I would love a linebacker. I'm just going to take one. There we go. Ooh, Ohio State. We'll take that. Okay, let's look at our results. So I'm probably pretty happy with this because you essentially have 3 starters here, in my opinion. This guy, you can just see what you have. This is just a little depth for your safety. And then wide receivers, hopefully one of these guys develop, and then this is just dart throws. But I would feel really good about this in the draft. I would feel very solid. Anyway, there's my Jets mock draft. Did you see this? Yeah, dude. This is from a while ago. Micah Parsons, sumo wrestling.
I need someone in my weight class. Weight class. And go like this. Weight class. Hey, tell him go like this. Can you tell him go like this?
Weight class. Interestingly enough, Micah went back and won the next round, which is crazy. He's so strong. Sumo would be a godly lineman. I think you could train a sumo to be a pretty good fucking lineman, but there's a lot that goes into being a lineman that's different than sumo. It is a very different game, but there's a lot to like there, right? If rugby players can make the transition, I think a sumo could.
Can't stop a wave. Born in.
Also, they have to learn English. That is also a big barrier. I don't think there's any quarterback that could learn Japanese. I don't think there's any quarterback in the NFL right now that has the scholastic acumen to maybe Joe Burrow, to learn Japanese to plug in his guard or center.
In a storm, way out to sea. Pure energy.
Oh, this is the trailer
It's all
for the
building
surfer.
to this breaking point.
Aaron Rodgers on shrooms. No, Aaron Rodgers would do that weird thing where he would just make up words and think he was talking Japanese.
I grew up here.
Don't live here, don't surf here.
Hey, Dad.
It's okay. You're scared.
He's talking to him like he's a dinosaur. It's okay. Relax. I'm Nick Cage. I grew up here.
Scaring my boy.
Now. No need for all this fuss. Listen to me, brother. I know it's smart to lose face in front of your boy, but you gotta know when to back down, or it could get a whole lot worse.
Dude, I love that this is kind of like a weird Point Break run back.
This is a special place for us. There was magic here when I was your age. My old house
Wait.
is finally.
Is that supposed to be Nick Cage when he's young? That's incredible.
My old house is finally for sale, and I'm buying it.
Just want to go home now.
Wake up.
Locals only. Don't live here, don't surf here.
I'm not surfing. There's a view for locals only as well. Hey!
Men are like engines. You gotta release a little steam now and then or you'll blow up.
That's my board, and I want it back.
Listen, mate, I think you've been out in the sun too long.
No, my father gave me that board.
I can tell you myself, that old board's been up there for as long as I can remember.
She's a beaut, isn't she?
Yes.
I'm not trying to be cruel. You don't belong here anymore.
All I want is to take my son surfing.
Don't kid yourself now. Before you can have everything, you have to experience nothing.
What?
Pathetic.
Is he drinking out of a fucking pothole and eating a rat? Why is he eating a rat? Why is he eating a rat?
Pathetic.
Wait, now he's feeding the rat to someone else. Now he's feeding the rat to someone else. Eat the rat.
That's a good one.
Oh my God, shoot it into my dick hole. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Oh, that looks good. Now that looks good. Eat the rat. Eat the rat. When's the next movie night? Tonight, I think. Wednesday. Wake Wilder. Where is he now? Where is he? Fuji?
Politics. Thinking of fucking biddies.
If you ever wanted a Black Mirror-ass clip, it's looking at a sunset cascading behind Mount Fuji and saying, "Politics, thank you for the 500 bits."
Dude, if there's ever been a good example of a streamer showing you that there's a better life possible out there, there's a better fucking life possible out there, it's Wake right now. The life you want is out there. There's a better life out there. There is happiness to be had. He's never coming back. He's never coming back. You are that for me. Oh, I appreciate that. I am so glad. I don't know if you guys know the trajectory of that trip, by the way, but I was talking to him and Sear like 72 hours before the trip. And I was like, you guys should come out. We have a house. Cool. Come out. We have a production house rented. Zippy, thank you so much. And Sear was like, no. And Wake was like, I'll do it. And we were like, oh, shit. Okay. Like, yeah. And he's like, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. And we were like, okay. And literally 24 hours later, he sent me a text and he was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Am I actually doing
65
this?
65 Halas years.
Oh,
Funk
thank
that
you.
where my sword at?
Jay Dilla. My man. Known me since I was 6. God damn. But he was like, am I actually doing this? And I was like, dude, if you want to do it, like, send the motherfucker. And he was like, done. Done. Fucking done. And he was out there. Shoot him an invite to Brazil. Dude, it's so hard. I'm going to be honest, guys. I have loved the boxing and I'm really glad I'm doing the boxing. I think it's going to be a great event. I think we're going to raise a lot of money overall, but like having to get ready for what I am getting ready for and stream on top of it is one of the most humbling experiences ever. It's so fucking hard, man. I just always feel tired and beat up and man, I don't know. It's hard to do anything on top of that, including a move, which is, you know, whole other thing. I'm ordering myself some motherfucking dinner. You know what it is. Got to get that dinner. Then I got to get something for Carolina. Get her something. What will Carolina? Hibiscus tea and a chocolate chunk cookie. Double chocolate. Are you getting post-workout handshakes when you lift your arms to drink? When I hit the bag a lot, I get a lot of handshakes because like I feel like it just burns your hands out and your arms out so badly. But like today, nothing. AMC CEO Adam Aron says the 17-day and 30-day theatrical windows are too short. They're actively talking to studios about keeping movies in theaters longer. Goal is to keep movies in theaters for at least 45 days. We would like to convince all major studios that they should keep movies in theaters longer. I agree that the 17-day window is poppycock. This is poppycock. This is crazy. 30 days, I think, works 45 days to me is not going to happen in a modern film climate because honestly, a lot of films just want to get to streaming. Like they just want to get their film moved to a streaming platform as fast as possible. Did you already watch the Joe is Hungry Taco Bell? Oh, did I miss the film night? Brother, it's been 30 minutes. How do you... Oh, did I watch the milk one? Yes. Yes, I did. The Milk Bar birthday cookie. New film from the director of The Raid. Okay, I'll bite. It's called Havoc.
I just came from a crime scene.
God, I love him so much. Why is he so cool?
9 bodies. I make one phone call. You and your friends go down for life.
You hear about the Oscar voters not watching Dune 2? What? What?
What brings you boys here? We didn't want to miss out on all the fun.
This is my town. And don't forget, I know what you did.
You have no...
Oh my God, Ghost Dog. We missed you. Did he just stomp somebody through the floor? What the fuck?
And don't forget, I know what you did.
You have no idea what I did.
Or the ones that didn't vote for Ralph Fiennes because they thought he'd won enough, even though he'd never won an Oscar. That's so funny. Dude. About the Dune Oscar thing. 4 anonymous voters admitted they didn't watch Dune 2.
I don't take no shit from anyone.
Well, I'm very impressed that you can move your stuff from Los Angeles to French Polynesia and make it back to Los Angeles to stream, sir. You are in a class of your own. You should start eyesight moving business. You'd be a billionaire easy.
Oh, yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Well, you know,
Can't wait
mostly
for the
it's
charity
giving my
whole stream
attention
from
to the
French
movers
Polynesia.
and making sure they pack everything in, you know,
Oh, yeah, wow, that's
crates
very
that are
cool.
immune to the
Beep, beep.
local fauna. Because those animals and creatures like to get into your packing crates when you're moving them to French Polynesia. So, you know, it's just a process. One voter said the first Dune I couldn't get through. I'm not rushing for another 3 hours of Dune. This is, dude.
Oh, yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Bandit.
Bandit! Bandit! I don't know, man. That to me is such a crazy take. Hey, we used to give Academy Awards to movies like Braveheart and Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? We used to give awards to movies that like general audiences actually watched and enjoyed, but now it's much more like you have to be a certain type of film to win an Academy Award, which I don't know. I think the Academy Awards is a business, and I know that they get more attention from, you know, doing what they're doing, but Oscar voters are actually the worst. If you need further proof that the Oscars are dumb, it's all in this article. Some of the highlights. Masterpieces like The Substance and Friends. Surprisingly, 2 separate voters who didn't vote for Fiennes said they did not vote for him because he won before. They both believe he won an Oscar for Schindler's List, which he didn't. Lost to Tommy Lee Jones for The Fugitive. Oh shit, one chuckled after being corrected. That's crazy. Anora is the only film that's a real movie. Ariana Grande is a delight. Best Picture: Anora, Dune, Part 2, Wicked, Conclave, The Brutalist. What the fuck? Did they confuse Honora with Wicked?
Wow, that's very cool.
Will Canaston's Bandit and clapping be an alert? It's pure gold.
Bandit never came. New DC casting rumor. Oh my God, fucking shoot it into my arm. I love that casting. I love that casting. If anybody doesn't like that casting, let me tell you, it's probably because you've only seen Radcliffe in Harry Potter. And if that is the case, then you're missing out on post-Potter Radcliffe, which is one of my favorite acting arcs in history. Because post-Potter Radcliffe has literally taken every project that Nicolas Cage was too old for and gone absolutely fucking insane. He has done a series of some of the strangest films I've ever seen, and he has won me over. Dude, I don't know if you guys recently watched Donkey's video on gamer cred. I think there's something to be said about film cred, too. Like, I think there's a lot of people now that watch blockbusters and, like, the Oscar films. But I like when people watch that weird shit. You know what I mean? That off the beaten path, weird ball shit. I like it. I like it a lot. And Radcliffe, dude, some of these movies, let's go through some of these movies real quick. Because he did some bizarro world movies. Guns Akimbo. Weird Al Yankovic. Weird, the story. Fucking Swiss Army Man. Imperium. Dude, he did some fucking good weird movies. Horns? Anybody see Horns? Dude, he was in some weird ones. And he kind of does a great job. So, I don't know. I think he would bring something really cool to this role. He would bring something really cool to a Clayface. So, I don't know. I like that casting. I know some people will get really upset about that casting. I think just because they're not Harry Potter fans, but I'm not a Harry Potter guy either. And I still think Radcliffe would fucking bash that. Really bring the heat. Brad! Oh, dude. Yeah. This role in Miracle Workers. By the way, congratulations.
A place like this is no place for a reverend.
Congratulations, King.
All right, fine.
Watch this.
Watch this. You should try to loosen up. Just once. I don't know. You might like it.
The Bible is what I like. These are the names of
If you haven't seen Miracle Workers, he is hilarious in Miracle Workers, but he has this weird moment where he shows up. Here, check this out.
Fun.
She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes.
Okay, by the way, I've never seen a straight man snap on a Vogue so fucking hard. This man snapped on that shit. Death drop.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
Everybody want to talk about Timothy and his performance as Bob Dylan.
Austin.
Did he do this? Did he do this? I think not. I think not. Did he do an air fucking to a DMCA free song?
Miracle Workers, Oregon.
The other thing I want to say
Trail, all new.
that I think is important to playing comic book characters. Call me old-fashioned. Call me old-fashioned. Dude, do you guys have this thing where, like, Firefox is always checking to make sure you're not a goddamn robot? It makes me so angry. Okay. Check out how fucking jacked my man's got. My man's got impossibly shredded. Like, look at how shredded he got. What are we talking about? He got impossibly jacked. That's not Harry Potter. That's Girthy Porker. You know what I mean? Like, what happened? He Wingardium Leviosa a lot of penises out there. You know what I mean? Like, he showed up looking fucking yanked. Anyway, I think he'd do a great job in a fucking comic book movie. And there's also, like, not many prestige actors who haven't been in one of those universes yet. So, why do games need to be installed
If you've
now?
been gaming
That's a good question.
for some time, particularly on console, you've likely noticed that in previous generations, a game could just be inserted and played straight away with no install needed. Compare that to today, where inserting a game disc results in a lengthy wait while it installs. So what changed and why do we have to install modern games before playing them? That's what we're going to answer in this video. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. It
Discs
really
are too slow.
helps this small channel grow. Modern games take up more storage space than older games, and different console generations each have different types
Yeah,
of
that's
discs.
what I thought it was, storage.
The PS2, for example, uses DVDs for game discs, which can hold up to 4.7 gigabytes on a single layer disc. Compare this to the PS5, which uses Ultra HD Blu-ray discs, which can hold up to 100 gig of data. Modern games take up more storage space because they have higher resolution textures, more detailed character models, and more complex AI, just to
His
name a
hand
few
is
things.
killing me.
So if modern games take up more space but also use disks which store a larger amount of data, why do we need to install them and not just run them straight from the disk like we used to? This comes down to read-write speeds of disk drives compared to hard drives and SSDs. PS2 games are much smaller than modern games, as we've mentioned, and usually take up 1 to 4 gigabytes. The DVD drive on a PS2 can read discs at a speed of 4.7 megabytes per second, which is sufficient to load assets in real time. Game engines at the time were optimized for slow DVD drive read speeds, meaning textures, levels, and music could be loaded on demand. A PS2 game might load a full level in 5 to 10 seconds from the DVD drive because the assets were small and simple. If we compare this to the PS5, where 4K textures, detailed models, and huge open worlds require massive amounts of data to be streamed instantly. The PS5's Ultra HD Blu-ray drive is much faster than the PS2's DVD drive and can read speeds at 72 megabytes per second.
Jesus Christ.
While this sounds fast compared to the PS2, the PS5's internal SSD that the game's installed to has a speed of 5,550 megabytes per second. So the PS5 can read data from the SSD around 76 times faster than it could
What the
from
fuck
the
is
disk
this?
drive.
A very terse analysis
We could in
on why we have to download games with discs now. not really the most, not the most electric content I've ever watched, but you know, it's interesting to me. God damn it. Kathleen Kennedy plans to retire by the end of 2025. No word on who will replace her as the president of Lucasfilms. Interesting. Interesting. For the Disney, the Star Wars fans. New look at the Fable game. Oh, God, I loved the old Fables. God, I loved the old Fable games. How many people from the old Lionhead studio are actually working on it? Or have they completely changed that team? Zero. The other thing that I don't know if anybody played the old Fables, but I really liked in the old Fables that like the main character was like kind of super generic and you could kind of like imprint yourself. And there was just like a level of humor like around that character. Like if you played the old Fables, they were very funny. They were very funny games. And I'll be honest, I'm going to be real. I think humor is one of the hardest things for video games to do. Well, I've seen games do drama really well. I've seen games do action really well. I've seen games do fear really well. But comedy is always like, I think really difficult. And there aren't many games that really like I play and I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious. It's not impossible. The old Fables and almost all of Lionhead's old games made me cackle. Dude, Black and White and Black and White 2 were fucking hilarious. Those games were so goddamn funny. So Lionhead had a really great sense of humor built into their game development team. I really hope that's captured in this. Beyond anything else, beyond like the fight mechanics or like how you develop your character or the graphics, I just want these games to be as funny as the old games were. Holy shit, that werewolf looks sick though. God fucking damn it. What a fucking cool model. The other thing that I hope they're just not including in the trailers because they don't want to give too much away, but I loved Fable was one of the first games where your decisions impacted the appearance of your character so much. Like, depending on how you spec'd your character and the decisions you made, by the end of the game, your character could be like the Hulk, but also if you did good things, he would have like glowing blue eyes and a white mane, and there would be like light coming down on him, versus if you were a sneaky little fuck and you were evil the whole time, you'd be all like withered and you'd have like red eyes and like devil horns and like cracked skin. And it was so fucking cool to see how your different decisions would make the character look.
Baldwig playing Trick Shot Simulator is crazy work. Is he gonna marry an Asian girl too?
What's up? Baldwig playing Trick Shot Simulator is crazy work. Oh, because he looks like Northern Line. I get you. But I really hope, even though they have like, instead of a blank slate as the main character, and now they have like a specific character, I hope they allow you to make the same kind of like freedom of decision that the old Fables had. Because the old Fables, you could be a fucking monster. You like, there would be a quest where like a kid would come up and be like, "Can you help me get this food from my auntie? And then there's like the option where you say no. There's the option where you get the food. There's the option where you like beat up the ant and get the food. And then there's the option where like you kill everyone involved and take the food for yourself. And it would be like, well done. And you'd be like, what the hell? That was insane. And I loved, I played the old Fables like 3 times. Because I wanted to try all the different combat systems. I wanted to try a good run and a bad run. It was so much fun, man. It was such a fun game. So Fable's one of my favorites. I love the old Lionhead Studios. I hope they do that game justice. That's one of those games where I'm waiting with bated breath. I want them to bring back Black and White.
Oh yeah, wow.
That is my dream.
F real ones remember eating live chicks to make yourself more evil.
Yeah, exactly. I hope they bring back Black and White. I think Black and White, to me, was one of the best game franchises that like people didn't play. Like I'm always shocked how many people didn't play Black and White because it was phenomenal. Here's the trailer for Black and White if you've never seen it. So this is by the same studio who made Fable. So this game was crazy because, like, yes, you played as God, but kind of the most fun part about it is like all the limitations that you had
What is this though now?
as God, where like you basically your only way to interact with the world around you was if you had like a certain amount of prayer, and you also had a creature that was like your physical embodiment, which is like, I guess, your version of Christ. And like you would have to like manipulate your creature to do crazy stuff.
Room on the farmers, woodcutters, fishermen.
Yeah, let me show you. It's so fucking fun. It's so fun.
Learned how to move and look. We can help.
Here. So like they're getting prayer. That's like someone's prayer center being burnt. And you go to these like islands and you have different spells. So he has the water spell, he has the healing spell, and he has the shield spell. But you have to make gestures with your mouse to like do any of the spells. And look, here's his creature. His creature's getting in a fight here with someone else's creature. So your creature grows for years and years. And when he bumps into another god's creature, they do like kaiju combat. And sometimes these kaiju combats would be in like the middle of a town and they would destroy the town. And you would have to do gestures to like tell your creature what to do. So he's like, cast fireball. Cast fireball. Oh, he said bitch slap him. Slag and Steven the Obliterator. Oh shit. He's getting worked. He's getting worked. He's desperately casting spells. He's desperately casting spells. He's saying throw that backflip. Oh, right hook. Oh! Oh, Anyway, depending on what you did, your creature would get like appearance changes. So like you could have a cow that by the end had like giant demon horns and like his udders would turn into a 6-pack. It was so cool. It was so cool, dude. Oh God. If you've never played that game, it's definitely worth like a throwback Thursday to just try it. Help me, I'm stuck.
Fucking hell, I'm stuck, lad. No! Oh no! Fucking hell, I'm stuck, lad. No! Oh no! You have fallen to your death.
Was his load so far behind?
That was crazy. I can't believe I got fucking... Help me, step lad. I'm stuck. Oh no, when you...
I knew it! I knew it was gonna happen, bro. I was waiting for him to be like, oh no. So someone just sent me black and white. Okay, if we can get black and white working, I would be down to do a black and white night this weekend. Oh, here's Cowboy Bebop on Fortnite. Wow. I hate to admit this. They snapped. It looks really good. I hate that I like it so much. I gotta take a pee-pee real quick. I'll be right back. The fuck was that? Hey, everybody. Hey, we got 4,000 of you here. All right, we'll probably chill for like another 30 minutes to an hour, and then we'll do a film. Ferris is looking good after Survivor. God damn. Habibi. Have you played Fear and Hunger 2 Termina yet? No, and here's why. I have what I call travel games, okay? As you guys know, I travel a lot. Okay? And I have certain games that I'll only play on a plane, and Fear and Hunger 1 is one of those games. And I'm still trying to beat Fear and Hunger 1 as every character, but it's very hard. It's incredibly hard. And I kind of want to completely beat the first Fear and Hunger before I go to number 2, even though I hear 2 is really good. Well, I got to admit, you look damn good. Thank you. Yeah, I've lost a lot of weight. Christopher Nolan was interested in directing a James Bond movie after doing Tenet, but was told he wouldn't get a say on decisions for the film's final cut. He went and directed Oppenheimer instead. That's crazy. Imagine not telling Christopher Nolan he can't fucking make a James Bond movie. What?
Oh, yeah, wow,
that's crazy.
Cool.
Permission to hit the vape, Captain Neff?
Hit it. Guys, I want to discuss something very important. You'll definitely get today's framed in one shot. All right, let me see what it is. Ooh. I don't know. Is this The Hobbit? Is this Lord of the Rings? Is it Two Towers? No. It's got to be Fellowship, right? No, it's The King? No, okay. Interesting. Okay. I want to talk about fake fan. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't give a shit if I can't identify between the 3 movies. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now there is a recurring theme on this channel, and we talk about it a lot. Your stream setup in French Polynesia looks the same. I haven't moved yet. We talk about this a lot. Maybe one of the things we talk about most. And that's Sydney Sweeney at the GLAAD Awards. And now this gets brought up a lot. And I've been working on this. Austin Show and I have been working on this. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce that right now, as of now, there's a 90% chance that Austin Show and I will be streaming from the red carpet at the GLAAD Awards this year. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Meme complete. Meme complete. I hear you. I know what you want. And we'll see you there. Now, listen, 90%, not 100% locked in yet. I will tell you that, because nothing is in this fucking industry till you're doing it. But we'll see you there. Mr. Neff, I was recently inspired. This is my first time doing Photoshop. Be gentle. Why does it look like I'm Austin's dead lover? That's my real question. I'm not concerned with the Photoshop. I'm concerned with this eye line. Like it's a movie where Austin killed his bottom and his bottom is haunting him in Utah. You know what I mean? It's like a movie called Bottoms Up, where a bottom is senselessly slaughtered by a selfish top. And I'm haunting him. Oh. When you turn 10, you should have the option to have the surgery done.
Hey Will, I hope you will be letting Tifa ride shotgun over to the new house rather than leaving her with the movers. I'm just looking out for her well-being.
That's true. I just want to say that this is so base. Because I'll tell you right now, I would have been one of those kids. I would have been an Axel guy. Because when I saw Axel in Twisted Metal Black, the character makes no sense whatsoever. Everybody else has a fucking car, and Axel is just a man horrifically trapped between two monster truck tires with rocket launchers on his shoulders. And yet, somehow, he's one of the strongest characters. And I remember thinking this was the coolest character design ever. I remember thinking this was the pinnacle of vehicle design. I played a lot of Axel, and then I played a lot of in the later games. What the fuck was her name? Oh my God. Dollface. Dollface? I would obliterate people as Dollface. Literally destroy people as Dollface. Dollface was a fucking problem. All right, I gotta go grab my dinner and Caroline's dinner. I'll be back in 30 seconds, Haas. Don't scare him. Okay, all right. Was that a people with a gun that said dance? What'd you get? Oh, dude, all my meals are super boring right now. I gotta be honest. I got arugula and fennel and baked chicken. Yummy. I also got some mashed potatoes. The cutest friendship of all time.
Oh yeah, wow, that's
the
very
cutest
cool.
friendship of
Primo
all time.
_ Noir gifted a tier 1 sub to Broke Boy Brezzy.
Thank you so much. Frank Reynolds in Cyberpunk? Oh, I think I've seen this, but it's
ain't gonna leave no trace for them to follow because we're gonna do this clean and on the hush hush.
Fentanyl?
We understand each other.
Okay, as long as I get to bang the broad.
What?
Now that's real.
How about a job then?
When we get out of this, I am gonna shove my fist right into your ass, hard and fast. Not in a sexual way, in a I am pissed off at you way, for turning off your walkie-talkie and leaving me in this shithole.
Attention. Correcting.
Jackie, don't close your eyes.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time? Ah, ghost!
You'll have your needs fulfilled, and maybe much more.
I got my Magnum condoms, I got my Wada hundreds, I'm ready to plow.
Of all the voices in your head, the loudest is that calling for help.
You unzip me. It's all coming back. It's all coming back, you understand? I don't like it. I don't like to think about it. Beat, motherfucker! Ripley and Captain, holding and drinking. You unzip me. Ow!
What the hell happened?
I don't know if they wanted money or they wanted something more sexual. But it's a lucky thing I had my pieces.
What the hell?
My guns. Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Crash and burn. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Prepare to be blasted, bitch.
Incredible. Fucking incredible. Frank Reynolds is such a god. Wait, Frank Reynolds in Baldur's Gate?
We carry Mind Flayer parasites.
What?
Within days, we will be Geich. Mind Flayers.
Oh, shit.
So what are we to do now?
Well, I don't know how many years on this earth I got left. I'm gonna get real weird with it. What a sweet little birdie. You want some food? Want some... Ah, you seagull!
The goddess Mistra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. And later even my lover.
You bang my dead wife?
Oh, yes.
Look out!
Death is not the end.
I forgot Frank says that. I forgot he does that. I just spit my food out. Jesus Christ, bro.
Look out!
Death is not the end, merely another beginning.
That's good. Can you conjure the dead? Can you get my dead whore wife back here so I can lay into her from the other side? Hello!
Ongo Goblogian.
Guest?
Ongo Goblogian, the art collector. Put the bottle in.
I did.
Don't judge me, this is art! Allow me to destroy your gallery. Don't judge me! Don't judge me, this is art! Allow me to destroy your gallery. Bullshit. Bullshit. Derivative. That I love. I absolutely love.
It looks like he may commit suicide.
Suicide is badass.
You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence.
I did what I did. You don't like it, you can kiss my ass.
I take offense at anyone clicking.
Holy shit.
In this video, thinking I'm just.
Frank Reynolds is so fucking funny. Wait. Wait. What is it? Important update. This doesn't have anything to do with Farley. Sydney Sweeney for Glamour? Jesus Christ. Now I got to go do the Glamour Awards. Wait a minute. Someone highlighted. Will, since you clearly love It's Always Sunny, if you haven't listened to their podcast, I have listened to their podcast. It's great. It's really good. Why did someone just send me Kim Petras butt slut? Gotta buy this for the new stream room. What is this? 1988 Wisdom Graviton? What the fuck is a Wisdom Graviton? Have you seen the report card? I have. So there's some controversy on this. Miami being all A pluses, I actually agree with. It's always interesting, like, to see programs that do really well at the top of this. Like, maybe players are more satisfied with programs that win, or, you know, maybe that's the reason they do win. I'm surprised to see New England at the bottom for everything. I don't know. This is, if you don't know what that is, if you're mystified by that, basically players get to like randomly grade their program or anonymously, not randomly, anonymously grade their program, and then they rank everything. What is this? Vandal? What is this? Our band will play a popular song's chorus, but some musicians are arriving late. Guess the song from the drummer's beat. If not, maybe the bassist tune will help. Okay. Oh. Released in 2003? Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Happy Strimbabe will necktie for providing a nice place to hang out throughout the week, Tilda.
Oh. Is it Ariel's? I don't know. Penis. Evanescence, My Immortal. I don't know if I've ever heard that song before. My Immortal.
You'd scream, I'd fight away all your fears, and I held your hand through all of these years, but you still have all of me.
No, I've never heard that song before in my life. I know this song. I've never heard that other song. It went hard as fucking dead. Daredevil. Never seen Daredevil. I had someone send me Devil May Cry 4 the time. What Warner doing ain't it. The Wonder Woman game has been canceled.
Cool.
Nethelnet King.
Warner Brothers is shutting down Monolith Productions. Player First Games. Monolith Productions. What have they made? Fear and Shadow of War was fucking so good. Shadow of War was the game. Huh. Framed. Why did you just send me this Lord of the Rings framed again? This broke the internet? Break the internet. Supernatural? What? Who the fuck is this guy? Y'all are sending me some deep cuts. Man, okay. Food guesser? Oh, God. Well, this one's easy. That doesn't look like food. Is that glob jamun? Glob jamun is good, but lingonberry sauce? That's got to... What am I supposed to guess? That's Europe. That's fucking Britain. What the hell? That's the UK. 100%. Warm? No, it's correct. Come on. It's the UK. Sweden. Yeah, there's only like 2 places that eat lingonberries. Kropakaka. Oh, give me some of that Kropakaka. Delicious. Delicious caca. So I don't get it. That guy was in a show called Supernatural. Supernatural. 2005. 15 seasons. It's like a WB show. Damn, I've never heard of this either. CW. It's peak millennial. Stop. Slop, bro. Come on. No, that was definitely not my shit. I've never watched any CW show. Period. So, doesn't matter. Smallville? No. You watched Smallville? Never watched a single episode. Arrow? No. Flash? No. Supernatural? All right, we're just going in circles now. Buffy? No, not really. Few episodes. First 48? No. Not even Angel? No. What have you watched? I mean, I've watched a bunch of stuff. I just never watched. I never watched Slop. You guys got to understand, my first reality TV show ever was Survivor, and I watched it on this stream. I had not watched a reality TV show till I was 30. Like, I had never watched one. And the first one I ever watched was with you. Firefly, I did watch Firefly. I watched the DVDs, though, at boarding school. If that's a CW show. That was really good. Girls Next Door? No. Heroes? No. The Wire? The Wire was on HBO. That was incredible. Of course I watched the Yeah, we were just on different journeys. Really. We were just on different journeys. I was at boarding school without television, so everything I watched, don't emo only. Why are you guys doing that? They can ask questions. You guys got to understand, I was at boarding school, so I didn't have TV. Everything that I watched would be like a DVD or I'd watch on my computer. So I didn't have any cable from the time I was 13 to college. So everything I watched was like a DVD or something I watched online. So I really had to want to watch something. There was no like sitting down and watching television. That blows. Honestly, with Peace and Love, I think I watched better stuff than you guys. With Peace and Love, I think I ended up watching better stuff because it was curated. But, you know, what did you watch? I would go take out Criterion DVDs from the library. Probably watched like 300 Criterion films in high school. You're going full hipster tonight? I'm not going full hipster. This is just my real experience. This is just my real experience. I was at a boarding school, man. I watched what I could. At the boarding school, all they had were DVDs of like Criterion films that were donated. So that's like what I mainly watched. That, and I watched a lot of Cowboy Bebop because I had the DVDs. I remember my roommate, Andrew, had every horror movie ever made too, in like one of those DVD jackets. So we one year watched like every single Michael Myers, every single Halloween. Sorry, Michael Myers is Halloween. Every single Friday the 13th, like every single Child's Play. Like that was my sophomore year of high school. Is all I did was watch horror movies. Like every single horror movie that's ever been made. No Legends of the Hidden Temple, Nickelodeon and shit. You are confusing eras. Legends of the Hidden Temple is prior everything else you said. I had TV growing up. I watched cartoons growing up. But when I turned 14 and went to high school, I never watched television ever again, basically. What the fuck is boarding school? I can show you. So I went to a school called Blair Academy, which is one of the oldest and most prestigious high schools in the United States. And I was a blight on that campus. I was a fucking blight. Here it is. This is Blair Academy. Boom. There you go. It's like Hogwarts. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I went there because my dad had gone there and my brothers had gone there. And my dad was kind of a bigwig at this school. So to my great chagrin, I was sent to boarding school at 14. Yep. That place is crazy. It truly was. Was it fun? It had its moments. I don't think you ever got the shit kicked out of you like I did as a student. Like I had a teacher beat the shit out of me. I had prefects beat the shit out of me. I had older kids beat the shit out of me. I had my property destroyed. I'd get dragged out of bed in the middle of the night. Yeah, it was definitely a different environment. But it was, I don't know, different time. I don't know if I would have chosen to go to Blair Academy, but you know, they produce a lot of Ivy Leaguers and it's a very competitive school. And I was not very good academically. I'll be honest. I was like Rushmore. I was like a member of every single club. That's so sad. You still have friends from there? No, not really. I don't think I don't keep in touch with almost anyone from my boarding school days. I have one teacher that I keep in touch with that basically was like my dad when I went there. Mr. G. He's like one of the best people I've ever known ever. And I keep up with him. He's the fucking man. You're on the wiki of notable alum? No shot, bro. That's... Yeah, dude, I'm right next to Tucker Max. Yeah, baby. We did it. We fucking did it. Wow. Wow. I remember reading Tucker Max in high school because he was a Blair guy. That's so funny. Like, If you guys don't know who Tucker Max is, Tucker Max was like the first red pill guy. Boys only? No, it was boys and girls. His books were hilarious. His books were fucking hilarious. They were very hilarious for the time. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't bemoan going to Blair. I think Blair is a fabulous place to go, probably now more than ever.
Oh, yeah,
But I think
wow,
like
that's very
our
cool.
generation, it was really
Look
hard
who's the
because
big
we
rig
were
on
like
campus now.
just before the internet really took over, and we were still like part of that old guard. So we had like the degeneracy of Zoomers with the supervision of fucking boomers. You know what I mean? It was just a weird era. I think it's a fantastic school. I don't bemoan it at all. There was just more bullying back then, period, straight up. Any older person here can tell you there was just more bullying when we grew up, period. Like it was just a different fucking time. It was just different though, because like you were living at school. So some of the bullying was like crazy because you would be sleeping and, you know, someone older would come in and just start torturing you basically, which is just like, it's just a different mentality. And so, you know, I think I grew up a little faster and a little harder than some of my friends, but I guess that's true, but I was able to avoid fights for the most part. Yeah, I wasn't. Are you just drinking a cup of sweet and sour sauce? Yeah, this is just a little sweet and sour bev to take the edge off. No, listen, I don't bemoan boarding school. I think it made me a better person, and you know, sometimes things are hard. I was just a shit student too. That's not Blair's fault. I was just such a shitty student. Will you go back to Austin soon? I want to go back to Austin. Movie night tonight? Yes, probably in about another 10 minutes. I usually allow everybody to roll in. There'll usually be around 5,000 people at 2 hours. And that's when we'll kick shit off. Best Cartoon Network show bracket? Ooh. Powerpuff. We'll blow through this. Teen Titans. Dex. Oh, Samurai Jack. Adventure Time. This is a stacked bracket. Oof. This is the hardest one. Both of these are fantastic. Both of these are fucking fantastic, but I have to go regular show here. Flapjack, no question. KND. You guys aren't going to like this, but it's Teen Titans. Samurai Jack. Dexter's Laboratory is fantastic, but this will make sense eventually. Adventure Time is one of the best cartoons ever made. Regular show is incredible. Don't get me wrong. KND. Samurai Jack. Adventure Time. Samurai Jack. Steven Universe. Over the Wall. Come on. Gumball. Dude. Gumball. Okay, KO. Ed and Eddie. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Courage. Whatever this is, I know people love it. Foster's was fantastic. I am going to piss some people off here. Over the Wall is better than Steven Universe. I love Steven Universe. Over the Wall is fantastic. Gumball. Ed and Eddie. Foster's. Gumball. Ed and Eddie. Gumball. So I would say that I'm really happy with this final bracket. Because honestly, I think Samurai Jack is the best show from the original era of Cartoon Network. It is phenomenally made. And I think Gumball is the best new Cartoon Network show and maybe the best cartoon of all time. I mean that sincerely. I am a huge cartoon guy. I have watched every one of these shows save this one. I don't know why that's a blank spot. But Gumball is like, if you've never watched it, it's a triumph. Exaggerating? No. Like I'm being completely honest with you guys. The animation, the voice acting, the writing, the character development, everything in Gumball is a 10 out of 10. It's peak. And the only people that say it's an exaggeration or that I'm wrong have not watched Gumball, because Gumball is one of those crazy cartoons where
that's
60% of the jokes are not written for the kids watching it. They're written for the adult on the off chance that you are a cartoon person and you're watching it. It is so fucking funny. It is so fucking smart. It is brilliant. And I mean this sincerely. Gumball is, in my opinion, the best comedic cartoon ever made on Cartoon Network. It's unbelievably good. Now, with that being said, Samurai Jack, if you know anything about Samurai Jack in Cartoon Network's legacy, it is the best show. And I'll tell you why. Samurai Jack ended, and all the Samurai Jack heads were like, where is Samurai Jack? When are they going to finish that story? And the joke was that Samurai Jack was never canceled. It just disappeared. And that was an inside joke among Cartoon Network fans and Samurai Jack fans for decade. Like, dude, we're talking probably 20 years, right? Probably 20 years is how long that went. Maybe like 18 years. 18 years. Everyone was like, well, Samurai Jack never got canceled. Samurai Jack never got canceled. Samurai Jack never got canceled. And then out of nowhere, like Macho Man Randy Savage elbow dropping Jesus Christ on the day of the rapture, Samurai Jack, the final season, got announced. And I remember being like, there's no way this is actually happening. And beyond that, I was like, there's no way that this will be good. There's no way a show can take 18 years off, come back, and be relevant anymore. It can't. It can't happen. The final season of Samurai Jack was one of the best things ever made, period. If you've never seen it, it's fucking amazing. Tartakovsky, or what's his name? Tchaikovsky. I can never say his fucking name. I'm sorry. I got a stupid mouth. But everything he makes is a fucking vision, right? He made Primal, and everything he's made is just a fucking perfect project. So when he made it, it is a show for fans of Samurai Jack that grew up with Samurai Jack. At no point did he try and make a kid's show. Like, you watch the original Samurai Jack, it's a kid's show. You watch the final season of Samurai Jack, it is like this transcendent, adult, well thought out, nostalgic return to a character we grew up with, and an ending that like really makes you think and gives you pause and like adds a deeper meaning to Samurai Jack and made me cry. Like, I sobbed. And I remember when I finished it, I immediately watched it again. There are few projects that have hit so completely on every nostalgia cylinder while still making something that can live as a standalone project. So Samurai Jack is, in my opinion, like one of the biggest successes as an artist's project ever made, like beyond cartoons. Like the fact that he was able to make something for children, let those children grow, and then go back and give them a compelling project as adults with the same character. It was just like unreal. Okay, before film night, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. And that is, guys, there is something strange happening. There is something strange happening. Because I watched a movie last night that I think is one of the best movies of the year. And no one is talking about it. That movie is The Order. Has anybody heard of this film? Has anybody heard anything about this film? No. Dude, The Order is fantastic. I was watching it with Caroline and I was like,
oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Jess Likes Water gifted a tier 1 sub to Presera. They have given 36 gift subs in the channel.
Wait a minute. This is a really good movie. Like I put it on as like, thank you for that gifted sub. I put it on as like a movie like, hey, this is getting good reviews. Let's check it out, blah, blah, blah. I watched it and I was like, wait, what? Like every 10 minutes I would turn to Caroline and I'd be like, this is one of the best films of the year. Like this is so far and away better than things I've seen before. Like what is happening? I was kind of incredulous at the fact that this movie is so well made. So first of all, let me just get into this. The soundtrack for this film is unbelievable. I could not get over how good the soundtrack is. It reminds me of like an It Follows. And then I looked it up and it's the same guy who did the soundtrack for Macbeth and then Monkey Man. If you've seen Monkey Man, you know one of the best parts of that movie was the sound. But you have to like, dude.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
It's the director's brother. That's fucking crazy. What's it about? Well, I'm glad you asked. So The Order is a true story about how there was a group of neo-Nazi like radicals in Portland, Oregon that started to rob banks. And they successfully robbed like 6 banks before the FBI was able to step in and stop them. And their goal was to kill the president. Their explicit goal was to put together enough money to kill the president. It's fascinating. But the thing about this movie that is so timely and historically secular is that the police department and the FBI endlessly drag their feet designating this group called The Order as a terror group, which is like, oh my God, how have I never heard this story? Because they kill multiple people. And they rob like 5 banks and they're printing money and they were blowing up porn shops with bombs. They were making improvised explosives devices, putting them in pornographic theaters and blowing them up. And the FBI and the police department were like, well, these are just white supremacists. They're not terrorists. And it was like, dude, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. And the movie is made in such a way that it feels like Heat. Like every police chase in this fucking movie is done like Heat. Like it is the bank robberies are, imagine the bank robbery from The Dark Knight at the beginning of The Dark Knight. Every one of the bank robberies in the film is like, dude, they go in, fucking spike strip, shotgun, bam, 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 get on the fucking ground. Like you're just like, oh my God, holy shit, dude. What the fuck? So good. And then beyond that, the performances. I can't believe no one's talking about these because Jude Law snaps. So good. But Nicholas Hoult as this leader of this neo-Nazi group is so good that like you're ripped apart because he's a fucking monster. He's a fucking monster, but at the same time, you like feel empathy for him and you're like, oh my God, like that takes such a good actor to bring any kind of emotional depth and like catharsis to a character where the audience is immediately like monster. Dude, this film only made $2.3 million in the box office. It's a joke because it is such a good movie. I just want to show you guys the trailer. This movie got no attention and I don't know how. It's so good.
You know, in every revolution, someone has to fire the first shot.
Open the safe now! Now!
Let's go!
Sheriff Laughlin, Terry Husk. I had a question about some flyers I keep seeing. White power. Is that the Aryan Nation?
You know what my problem is with every fanatic?
By the way, this cameo role is unbelievable. This cameo role, he plays this so well. It's Mark Maron, yeah.
You have to have somebody to blame for your life.
You know those pamphlets you saw? It's not all. This was in June. A bomb went off at a synagogue in Boise. That's just the beginning.
Beginning of what?
This book holds our birthright.
It tells the story of a group of white separatists waging a race war against the United States government.
We don't advocate any of our members breaking any laws.
But some do.
Well, you must understand that. Being in a cult like the federal government.
Why'd you call me about this case?
I need your help. Hate groups don't rob banks.
Go, go, go! There's 6 steps in that book. Recruiting, training, fundraising, assassination.
What's 6? Large-scale domestic terror attacks.
Come on!
Take him now.
Get out of here, dear!
How much they get?
Let's go!
3.6 million.
What does that buy?
Buys an army. It's happening. War's begun.
You're drawing too much attention.
From who?
The FBI. I've warned you before. You are playing with fire.
You're not from here, huh? You following me?
Morning, my brothers. We want you to join us on a mission, putting words into action.
Will you stand up and fight to survive?
This terrorist group of yours have a name? In the book, they're called The Order.
Defeat. Victory. Defeat. Victory. Defeat. Victory.
Dude, guys, I'm telling you, it is so good. Like, honestly, I put it up there with Anora, The Substance, and Dune. Like, it's that good. I was blown away. I was blown away. Shocked at how good this film was. So if you need something to watch on Prime, I think I rented it for like, I don't know, $5. Definitely worth. Oh no. Tests today revealed that potential number 1 pick Abdul Carter has a stress reaction in his right foot. Whether he'll have surgery. Oh my God. Bro, can I tell you what's going to happen? Oh my God, I'm getting a vision of the future. I'm getting a vision of the future. Oh my God. Abdul Carter slips down the board. He slips down the board all the way to the bottom of the first round. And the Philadelphia fucking Eagles pick him up with a steal because everybody else is afraid. And he absolutely scalps the AFC for the next 5 years. That is what's going to happen. We know it. Big time defensive players going to slide down the board. Where's he going, ladies and gentlemen? Fly, Eagles, fucking fly. Sorry, NFC. Sorry. I was ranting. But at this rate, AFC too, because they're going to go to the Super Bowl again. He's not sliding that far. It would be the most Eagles thing ever. Yeah.
I watched The Order a few months ago and thought it was bad because it was trying to make me sympathize with a Nazi, so I stopped watching. Maybe I should have kept watching.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Go Birds.
Trying to make you sympathize with a Nazi? Brother, the whole movie is about how the FBI stopped them. No, listen, before you say weird ass chatter, I think I understand where he's coming from, but I think what you have to understand is that the film's intention is not at all to make you sympathize with a Nazi. Like, not at all. There's a Mark Maron speech in the film that I think kind of summates the film's take better than that. I think that your issue is that Nicholas Hoult does such a compelling job as Bob, the leader of this fascist group, that you are forced to feel empathy at some point. I think realizing that a monster started as a human being and isn't just, developed out of thin air, that his environmental factors help contribute to making him such a fucking awful creature is important.
Wow, that's very
but
cool.
but at no
D&M
point do I
shine.
think the film wants you to go like, oh, actually, they have a good point. I think the idea is to be like, we create situations that create monsters, and that's horrible. I think that's more akin to what the film is trying to do, right? Mark Maron literally talks about basically the problem with hate groups is that they're suffering and they arbitrarily pick some group to be like, that's the problem, instead of addressing the problem. And that's why they're so insidious, because these leaders can peg horrible things on minority groups or gay people or whoever they decide to go after that day and whip up support, because it's never you that's the problem in your life, right? It's some other insidious group that's alien to you. And so they pick whatever group is the most alien, and they're the problem. So I understand where you're coming from. But if you wanted to go back and watch the film, I think the second and third act would reveal to you much more that, they are monsters. What movie? The Order. It's really good. I wonder if they have the speech from it. I'm sure it's a direct quote. Hang on, let me see if they have it. Because it's so fucking good. Um, I'm trying to find this monologue. I don't know if I can find. Because it's so good. I'm sure. I bet it's a real speech that Alan Berg gave. Can't find it, but it's so good. Anyway. Oh, did you find it? Okay, here's part of it. You know what my problem is with every fanatic fundamentalist, from Catholics to Orthodox to KKK? The one thing you have in common is you're too ignorant to see it. That you're too inept to get by in the world. So your only recourse is to try and curtail the enjoyment of others. And then he goes, dude, it's so, in case you don't know who Alan Berg is, Alan Berg was a radio host. I think he was in like Colorado, and he did like talk radio around the time this was happening. And he was targeted by this hate group. And his speech is so fucking good. Anyway, Denver. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I really think it's a movie worth watching. If you watch the full film and still have issues with how it was depicted or told, I'd be interested. I feel like you would have done talk radio in another life. Yeah. Let's watch the movie. No, we can't watch that. It's a brand new film. I don't like to watch movies that I would directly be taking money out of the pocket of. We can only watch movies on YouTube, free movies that are basically licensed to watch for. Will could do anything is the issue. I can't spell. So. Actually, I can't fucking. So. Okie doke. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get to film night. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are. Look at us, the 5,000 of us, right on time. Sorry I went extra on my discussion of The Order, but I really thought it was an excellent film. Okay. Let's see what the night has in store. What does the night have in store for us? What does the night have in store for us? Spread your butt cheeks. So dumb.
Oh, yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Yep. All right, let me find what we're going to watch. We've already watched it. Just watch. What am I not going to get clapped? That's always the other question. Ooh. Dude. How serious do you guys want to be tonight? How serious do you guys? Because we could watch the original live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which would fucking really do my heart some joy. Okay, so we watched 16, no, we watched Breakfast Club last film. Okay. Okay. Probably want something that's not. Fuck yes, TMNT. I mean, it'd be pretty good. We could just watch Hackers for a third time. We could just watch Hackers again. Which I think, you know.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Cowabunga dude.
Oh my God, he's hacking on the Gibson. You know what? Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Why do we have to go crazy? Let's watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's watch a fucking absolute
cool. At Will Neff hack
peak
the planet.
of cinema. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've picked our movie. Wait a minute. Hold on. What the fuck? I don't know if I'm going to get clapped for that. There's a weird bumper at the front that makes me think I'm going to get clapped. I don't know. Who knows? Even the Mona Lisa's falling apart. Haas, it's time. Play the bumper.
Isn't it beautiful, child? Life is not a movie. It's not scripted, edited, or packaged for the screen. We are more than the moments we see in motion pictures. Our existence is raw, unscripted, and beautifully unpredictable. Every breath, every heartbeat is a story untold, and a story that goes beyond any frame. But in those frames, in those fleeting moments on the screen, we find our greatest escape. Movies let us step outside of life, if only for a moment, to dream, to feel, and to live someone else's story. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need.
Wow, that's very cool.
Welcome
Netflix
to
go, Netflix
Neff's
go, Netflix go.
Movie Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Movie night. So we are going to watch a movie that was so pivotal to my childhood. This is the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action film. I remember the first time I watched this movie, it felt like magic. The practical effects in this movie are, to this day, very impressive to me. The costuming, the suits that the talent had to wear, I have no idea how they managed to do a single stunt in these giant ass turtle suits, but they did. And this movie turned out really amazing, kind of in spite of itself, which I think has always been the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story, right? A comic book made independently by two guys who had dreams of being comic-teers one day, made something that was kind of like the anti-comic book, and it just dug in so well with its audience. Thank you for the hype train. As a kid, I don't know if you guys know this, I was, thank you so much, the biggest
90s
TMNT fan in the world, so
Made for
much
10
so
months, Snaffle.
I still got my TMNT in boxes, baby.
Oh, yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Neffle.
But I love the Teenage Mutant. I love how ridiculous they are and yet still relatable. They're great. And why are they kind of, that's fuckable? Do you want to fuck the turtles? You and April O'Neil, man. But yeah, Ninja Turtles, ironically, to kind of have a little full circle moment, did something very akin to Samurai Jack. I don't know if you guys know this, but TMNT basically did a canon ending to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe, which I have that toy as well. I have that toy as well. So collecting TMNT stuff for me is really big because it was the first toy I remember collecting as a child. I remember like hoarding my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys like they were gold. I always thought they were the coolest action figures. But Last Ronin is the end of the TMNT story and it's canon. So if you've never read it, it's incredible. Go ahead.
I don't take no shit from anyone.
I'm 2 weeks into my diet and I just smoked. If I end up ordering a pizza, I'm holding you accountable.
The secret to smoking and staying on a diet, order good food that's still relatively on the diet. Get an acai bowl. Smash that shit. Hit some good carbs. Anyway, Last Ronin was this really amazing work that was done by the original two creators, and it finishes the story of the Ninja Turtles. And I don't want to give anything away, but essentially, the last Ninja Turtle takes on the crime in the city one last time, and it's fucking amazing. Ninja Turtles is one of those rare properties where it's nostalgic for me. It's nostalgic for the generation after me. It's nostalgic for the generation after them. And it's nostalgic for the alphas too. They really have kind of like stood the test of time as this immortal childhood property, which when you think about it is really rare. Like He-Man didn't get passed down really. G.I. Joe didn't really get passed down. There are very few properties like TMNT and like maybe Transformers that have been relevant with kids
An
for like
anonymous
a
user gifted a
super
tier 1
long
sub to
time.
Liv
They're kind of
Mackay
like
10.
gray ladies in that industry. A lot of kind of a lot of properties like that will fall out of favor. But TMNT has had staying power. And anyway, this is suffice to say that it's a great intellectual property. I'm building up this film too much. It's very silly. But if you've never been at film night, essentially the way this works is we will watch a movie on YouTube Free Movies. YouTube basically purchases the rights to these, and we use that kind of gray space to watch that movie together. And then I'll delete the VOD so that we don't make a copy of it. So if you're watching here live, you get to watch this movie and you get to be part of the film discussion. But there will be no VOD of it. So don't try and come back later and watch the second half or, watch the discussion. Now, I know not everybody will stick around for the discussion, but after the movie, I usually will do an hour of just talking to you guys about this film, about, other films or any questions you have about filmmaking, art, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, anything really relevant to this night. And I do my best to kind of make it like a 101 film class, because a lot of 101 film classes are literally just this, just watching movies. Now, I doubt you'd ever see a TMNT on a curriculum. I'll give you that. But we're pretty far down the fucking list at this point, and I do what I can. So we've watched over 250 movies at this point since I started this. And a lot of people really love this night and come out for this. So we're going to watch this movie, and here are the rules. I'm going to turn off alerts during this. I'm going to turn off chat during this. I'm going to make myself as inconspicuous as possible. So if you choose to donate or subscribe or anything like that, just know that I appreciate it, but you probably won't see anything that pops up. I've put my ads down to the absolute least amount they can be at, which is 30 seconds an hour. So you will only miss a minute at the most of this hour and 30-minute film. If you want to avoid that, please use your Amazon Prime to subscribe or yada, 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 or blah, 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 or download a fucking ad blocker. You have 3 minutes right now to download an ad blocker. In fact, that's why I show these rules at the beginning of the film night, so that you, if you don't have an ad blocker, can go get one now. But yeah, we have a set of rules here. It's 3 minutes that you can watch to be acquainted of what you should be doing and not doing during film night. Anyway, after this, we'll be watching the movie. So if you have to pee, get a blanket, turn the lights out, get a snack, do those things. Because if I see it come up in the chat, I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to hey, I need to go get a blanket. Can you pause it?
That's very cool.
I can't fucking
666 gifted a tier 1 sub to Chicano Communist.
Anyway.
They have given 12 gift subs in
Thank
the
you
channel.
for the gifted subs. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the rules. Here we go. Still haven't fixed that panel. Still haven't fixed that panel. Breaks every week.
And grab a seat, but don't forget to get something to eat. Delicious meat and nutritious meat.
You can't beat my meat for a special treat.
Sucking on me is really neat. Don't be a jerk and don't be a fool. Be a good neighbor and follow these rules. What are these rules? Remember to keep your shoes on at all times. Don't pull your penis off unless you really need to. Indecent exposure is a class 2 felony.
Don't talk once. Don't talk once. Behavior wasn't. Don't let it work out. We still have a fucking money. Do the nuts, can't call, take out the seat if I don't you.
See you videotaping this movie. Sights will rain down your throat with hard acid. Dissolve your testicles and turn your guts into snakes. This is a copyrighted movie for Time Warner. If I find you sold it on eBay, I will break into your house, tear your wife in half.
Yeah. We commend babies can watch this one. Okay. For the first time in a long time, babies are included. All right, let me go to my React tab. Let me fix everything real quick. All right, bits go off, alerts go off, chat, goodbye. And then we beep, 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 bop, bop, bop. Hang on. We take this, and we do this. We do this. We do this. We do this. And we do this. Oh, hold on. Hardware acceleration. Just a moment. Just a moment, please. Fixing.